All right, welcome back. One of the earlier stories, I'm bouncing around here in my stories because if I just follow it from front to back, there's a lot of gaps and stuff. So I'm going back to when I was a really brand new officer, and one of the jobs I had to work with a senior officer was, I take my glasses off. Sorry about that. Now you know I wear glasses. I'm an old guy, deal with me here. One of our jobs is to drive around in the Skid Row area and pick up these winos. And we had a big van, I don't call it a van, they call it a drunk paddy wagon. And all we did was pick them up, 6 or 7 or 8, wherever they're, because we wanted it for their own safety. They'd be laying in doorways and all kinds of weird places, and gutters and firewalls and stuff. So we'd pick them up and put them in the van and take them over to the jail. But it really wasn't a jail. What they did was they went in there, they had donated clothes, and they put them in there, custodial kind of thing, and they take away all their clothes and throw them in the dumpster. They hose them down and give them some soap and clean them up, and then of course the whole time they're getting a little bit sober, and they give them clothes that were donated by one of these organizations, either Goodwill or Salvation Army, and get them dressed up, give them a meal, and then by that time they're pretty much, it takes 2 or 3 hours to do that, they're almost sober, and then they're allowed to leave, because just basically just take care of them. That's all you're doing that for. You don't want to put them in jail, and even though being drunk's a crime, and kind of sad because they're alcoholics and all that stuff. So anyway, you pick up guys that are covered. I'm gonna include another story on this. One of the guys we picked up, he's laying there in the seated position, and he has he's in Spanish we call it babas, which is like a saliva hanging down. He's just sitting there. He's passed out. So we walk up and hey sir, wake up, and I went to roust him, and my partner told me early on to wear gloves. And I'm looking down at it, and he's been there a while because as he's sleeping, the saliva and most of his lap are covered with ants. Okay, the ants somehow are going up this loogie, as you call it, and they're on his face, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and apparently that loogie was not a fluid; it was more of a elastic kind of thing, because he's just like this. It's just dangling there. So and we woke up, and he's come on, okay, you know who we are. So we put him. He'd done through this drill before. That's another story I'll include in this one. So we put him in the van. Okay, that's one night, and they just cleaned him up, and he's fine. So another night, which is the focus of the story now, is we pick up a guy, and we're going to put him in the van. He can barely walk. He's limping really bad, and so so we had a couple of guys. So we take him back to the jail. In the jail, pardon me, I have a runny nose here. Too much hay fever. And in the jail, they have a doctor, a dispensary. And they always check these guys for all kinds of stuff and give them shots. They need them and all that. So they brought him in, and the doctor says, what's happening? Well, I'm limping my leg. And okay, fine. So take your pants off and look at your leg. Well, on the calf side of his legs, just below the knee, not quite behind in the calf, but kind of halfway around, he's got a open area about that long and about that wide going down his leg. It's an open wound, and it's filled with maggots. Okay, you can tell it's maggots because you're looking at it, and it's the whole thing is moving. Okay, and I've seen maggots in Vietnam. I see maggots, lots of maggots on dead bodies, and we're all looking at this. And then he goes, oh, that's interesting. He goes, okay, well, he has a nurse there. Okay, let's just clean that out, and can you feel anything? No. Well, we'll give you a shot to help you out. So he gives him a shot in the leg, and they're scooping him out, and you can see red flesh, underneath, and they're looking at that, and I'm looking at this going, Doc? He goes, no problem. The maggots are eating the bad flesh. What? That's a new one for me. I'm brand new to this police work stuff. He goes, oh yeah, don't worry about it. It happens all the time. So they're cleaning out the wound, and they spray some stuff in it, gave him a couple of shots, and they wrapped his leg up like a turban, around his leg, and he'll be fine. Okay, send him off. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It looked like his leg was moving. It looked like it was the whole thing. It was a whole long string it was good 10 inches long and about an inch wide. It was just moving. Really weird. And the guy's scooping out all the maggots and putting in a towel and in the trash. I'm like, oh, interesting. So that wasn't a very good assignment. I did that for a week. I didn't like it, but you had to do it. And obviously the rookies had to do this, pick up all the guys. But every time you pick up someone, you want to take a shower. You're like, you have gloves on. You feel like it's all the ants and everything's on you, cockroaches and everything else. But it's part of life. And I think over the years they slowly cleaned up the area and had places to put them where they could be, the homeless can go in there and at least get a clean meal or a clean shower and get a nice meal. But In those days, it was pretty bad. So anyway, those are my ant story and my maggot story. Hope you liked it. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.